not. It's just an ordinary Krabby. Oh my god!
Uranos Island is an incredible test of skill against its mini-bosses, making the player truly utilize the combat to their best ability. However, after all the time we've spent on this island, the Titan of this island has yet to be seen. When we get the last Chaos Emerald, he's just there. And then we start fighting. His design is very clearly a Giganto recolor. Only difference is that this guy is strapped! It's odd that we don't have a first encounter with this Titan though. It makes him feel very anticlimactic and very odd. I don't know anything about you other than your gun. And it doesn't help that it's just some random forest we're fighting in. I didn't even walk here or anything. There's also no climbing portion of this fight, so that's another feature of the Titan battles that's just not here. But let's just get into the actual battle now. It starts out with yellow diamonds being shot out of these black drones. On the first playthrough, most people would just brute force their way through these or just go around it. Doing this gets you right up and close with the Titan, where you then get to fight him. If you've been upgrading your Sonic bit by bit throughout the game, like most players have, Supreme here will be going down very easily. Now, the way they want you to play this is by destroying these little drones, which gets you hit by him forcibly, by the way. You can't parry it at all. Then he shoots these little energy things at you, which are very easily parryable, and doing this leaves him open for attacks. I would say this is actually a pretty fun and decent little side section of this boss to take, but this boss goes down so easily unless you're on a low-level Sonic. No one is really going to do this. Combat here is still cool, and the spectacle of fighting this guy is also cool, and it's not automated, which I'd say makes it better than Wyvern, but there still isn't much going on here. That is until the second phase, where he grows these absolutely beautiful wings, and they look amazing. We never see them again. The only difference now is that the yellow diamonds are being shot out much quicker, and we are moving through the sky. This is a decently fun part, honestly. Either chasing him down by pushing through the enemy attacks, or destroying the drones, which gets you to start fighting him in a simpler way. But again, there isn't a whole lot going on in this boss, but that is only in comparison to Night. I would say the fact this boss has these little drones to attack you with that lead to another section of the fight does help give it some depth, and it's interesting enough to decide fighting the Titan or the drones. His health bar is just demolished though, it's way too damn easy. Even still though, I would almost say that Supreme is better than Giganto. He's factually more in depth and has more going on, but the fact he's not only just a recolor, but very easy to fight back against, with your attacks making him feel very anticlimactic and lame in comparison to the other Titans. Even the quick time event is lame. Well, not just the quick time event, but the way you activate it too. His health bar will just stop going down at one point in the boss, and the player will have no idea what to do here because the game doesn't do anything to let the player know that they're supposed to take damage to activate the final quick time event. Sonic gets blasted away, and Supreme takes out his gun and shoots it. We press a button, and then we pop in front of him just like that, and he's dead. Like that's it. Supreme is much more anticlimactic than all of the other Titans, but I do still find him fun to fight against. The Frontiers combat and Supersonic usage is overall just a fun time, and Supreme is just a slightly more involved Giganto, but without the big laser beam attack or the shock value of how cool these bosses are. I think this makes it hard to be fair to Supreme, since he's the last Titan, and this makes it difficult to judge him without seeing him as the final boss. Undoubtedly, he should have been more fleshed out and just a uniquely designed Titan with more polish and treatment, but he's still enjoyable. I think taking all these Titans into account, I think Wyvern is at the bottom. I love the spectacle of that boss a ton, but the gameplay there is almost entirely non-existent. Third would be Supreme. He would be a lot more enjoyable if he was truly treated like a final boss and not a recolor, but for what they did with him, I enjoy fighting him enough. Second would be Giganto. The pure joy of beating him into a pulp and dodging his massive laser beam attacks feels very in-depth and badass. And number one is definitely the chair. He's by far the most in-depth with how you're able to attack him early, dodge his shield, or ride his shield, and the puzzle by aiming his shield as well. Give him the most interesting and unique concepts, and it's just plain fun to tear him apart. With all of that out of the way, thank you for watching this little mini-series. It's been on my mind for a while, and it was good fun to make. Massive thanks again to Scully for making the thumbnails for all of these videos. They all look wonderful. With that being said, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.